Hello everybody and welcome back to AJ Gaming. Here we continue to play Disco Elysium. Okay, let's go. I'll try to play a little bit faster. I'll try to run more. Can we get this thing down?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
Okay, I need to get my stats up. I'm gonna get my stats up first.
Stands in the smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons,
okay,
dirty
nothing here,
rags,
nothing
and
here.
organic waste.
Nothing.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Leave. Let's see where's find who's in the union box. Maybe the truckers will know. Let's go to the truckers. Let's ask her first. Oh, this is going to be so long.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Since the street signs messed up? Okay. What do you need? No problem.
No.
She's very well composed, back straight.
I need to find something. What is this?
Welcome to Rivachol.
Okay. Maybe here?
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
We're here to fight a cause, right? No?
Good. We're fighting for a cause.
Right to work! Right to...
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking. Cops and strike breakers. Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their family.
Yeah, you said it. You said it.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Maybe we
Regardless.
should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Come on.
Shame on you.
I'm asking something else.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here behind the hotel cafeteria
I know
there.
nothing about murder.
Absolutely nothing?
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Okay.
Right to work!
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
We are not picking a side in this just yet. Pity.
Let us work!
Just leave. Because I don't know where to go.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet, like two baby crocodiles.
I think I'm going to discard thought.
Go ahead, just as long as you don't discard those crocodile babies.
Sure. So, is this no, this, nope. Okay. There's a lot more, and I don't know where to go. Restaurants, okay. Where to go? Maybe we should head it west.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Never do this to people. It's rude. Okay, nothing to do here. Maybe. I don't know where to go. What is this? Oh, money. But I don't know where to go.
The woman still has.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Okay. So, this is the right choice. Right, time thought. No, this is better. So, let's go. Please, what is this? Kimonox, cover the truck. Come on, chop. Nothing. Let's get out of this place.
Scott?
Oh, we can go. I don't know. As the man with jolly eyes.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cover for less money.
That's
Showing
good.
the stolen car. Now has arrived the perfect moment.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Okay, I've come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Okay, maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
it. Okay,
Do it. It's the truth.
I need to know what's behind the gate.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity.
I'm
I'm
not
not
going
a
to.
granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Okay,
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
pass measure
Yeah,
head.
the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk
Oh.
right past him,
Right.
press the button to unlock the door,
Uh-huh.
then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Stop. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Oh, that's not.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever
Not yet,
bested
no.
him?
He's incredibly strong.
Okay. What about his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to.
Got it.
Not enough intuition. Sure. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and stuff. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Right, always glad to help out the RC. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithery.
Let's go down first. Let's go to the west first. Bye bye. Ooh, he catch up very fast. Ah, stuck. Okay. Hey. You block. You're blocking me. Why are you following me so close? Not here, huh? Nothing here at all.
Yes?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
We can at least try.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way.
Some other
Is there
way.
a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Close water lock on Wednesday. Okay. So let's talk to this
Good morning to you,
guy.
officers.
A burly man hangs out by the water lock, carving up a generous.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on this. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a water lock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. It's supposed to operate the water lock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the water lock with debris still in the channel. It'll
Got
be
it.
restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the water lock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Okay. So like where do I go? Where do I go? Can we go here? Of course. No, I don't know. I don't want to. I want to.
Life? I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just... Have you no shame? René, you a man. I'm trying.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and...
Okay.
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Already your muscles are adjusting. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and an embodiment of pure motion. A fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters. Probably 20.
What the hell is your problem? You vandalized our game, son! You can't play pétanque with 5 bull! Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Okay,
Of course there's harm done, you eyes.
I will try.
Yes, why did you come here? You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point.
Okay, let's ask.
Unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, the unionism cop is a pejorative term.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you.
Okay.
It is true, sire. He knows nothing. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty.
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Eva Claire, the union leader.
Okay.
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Your money disappears into the coin slot. A plunk. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. No.
Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out. Really? I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Okay. What's this?
Trying to sneak up on me.
Apparently, she doesn't like people standing behind her back. Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to...
Okay. Now we look like a douche. uh, can we enter it? No? Maybe using I don't know, a crowbar?
There must be another way into the building.
No, not here. Maybe the other way. Oh, what's this?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
This is a long game if you don't know what to do, like me.
Hey, up here, Piggo.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esp.
The streets will not flow red with anything.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Ask away, pigman. I don't.
A brush, an artist. The red splatter is urban expressionism. The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Oslo is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit one.
Probably the Wild Pines Red. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Can't you tell? I'm Pete. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Yeah? Thanks.
She means the opposite.
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of...
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Okay.
Watch your back.
Let go have some attitude.
A sturdy metal door. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elf.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside. The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply.
Okay.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat. Smoke.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines.
the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCN. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
No.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Find your paperwork until your cafeteria manager. Wild Pines Rep.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57, and this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope my...
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said,
Good.
His technique may be very unconventional, but he...
Of course, I sympathise, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that back.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of need.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear.
Okay.
The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
Okay, what about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines counter.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-metre 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, I believe there is a connection, but that's a subject for later. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
Okay.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I preferred to do these things on site, like the arse.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union ones...
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What are the
There are
demands?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its master. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed... And now, people are getting lynched, I hear.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Mañana.
This checks out.
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before.
Okay, describe the gate.
You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the union...
Don't let her answer it herself.
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Okay, Union boss.
Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a viscous...
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother. Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks it's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
But Union.
Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that.
Continue.
Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say...
a mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Okay.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is... Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers.
She agrees. In the election.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Continue.
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Polly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the Union's files.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
When Union is more powerful than the government.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all?
Of course. How else can I help?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave. Late 40s style, positively statuesque. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth and all its possibility.
Okay.
These are the kind of eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible.
Okay.
Within reason.
Yeah, so?
Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. Barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
Hey, come on, this is too rough.
You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too.
As I should be for your. What is this feeling?
Shame? You haven't really been in the presence of gentlefolk either, have you? What shame is there to be felt in front of these dock workers, cops, and hotel clerks, but to belittle yourself in these eyes of Odinir?
Odinir.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. Of course, Detective. Take care.
Okay, let's run. Oop. Let's go into the back alley. So
much for a quiet smoke.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been...
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Come on.
This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important?
Yes.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring window.
Alright, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
No.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more Muscular, gentleman.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of
He
fan?
was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the...
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh, why?
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our... There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found the way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great. Press here. And there's no way to go. Right? What is that?
A sturdy metal door guards them. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Try.
You can't think of it.
Failure.
Time for
Failure king.
brutality.
Kick the door. Oh, Matador.
No, you're not.
Heal yourself. No, heal.
Don't scare me, punk. I may be an old woman, but I can still take the likes of you.
Okay, just 50 more. Where is psychological rhetoric drama? Conceptualization is good. Endurance, Pinterest. Physics is just 2. Composure, reaction, perception is good. Authority, okay. So right now I can't do anything unless my stats goes up.
Just an ordinary war. Nothing to see here.
Conceptualization. My conceptualization is 6 already, and still impossible. So just leave. Wait, I don't know where to go. I think I have explored thing here. Oh, let's go here. Let's
Welcome to Crime. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Okay. Can we get here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put us. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more you see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck. Inhabitants of Elysium, the Seminine, aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out,
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no...
Talking is always good. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust.
Okay, curtains.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and I already told you, it's just a storage room. Just let it go, officer.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't slept in half of it.
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. But officer, there's nothing natural about entire companies declaring bankruptcy. I'm talking about capid demons feeding off bad business practices, and
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books and...
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay...
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
think I haven't seen charlatans before. You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker.
Yes,
Pardon me
she's
for being
spot
so
on.
blunt, but
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
how do you know all this?
Here we go.
Your parsimonies. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand but. I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Okay.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover.
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture.
Oh!
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air in.
Finally some progress. Man, this took so long. It's because I think this is the first time in a while that I play a game quite seriously. Okay.
What is this place? Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, an eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Sounds good.
So, Lieutenant Kim is supernatural?
A barbell lies on the floor. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show there are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Okay, fine. So what else? What else can we do here? Oh, okay. debris. Oh, come on. Come on. No? Oh, okay, talk first.
It's dark.
Are you afraid, Lieutenant Kim?
And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand.
Flashlight. Hold right. Okay, there's something here.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Okay.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting, wax-based magic, translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereals. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man,
but a
welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, green Welkin.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses. You see primitive oileries built into glaciers, boreal dvor, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts, albeit dark and cold. This vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from her. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid. The grand scheme of production, it looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal.
Brutal?
Stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
What
As
happened?
time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prop schedule filament for details."
What's this? There's nothing there.
is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, Heat Death of the Universe is the new black. Another note says, the biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. The whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like a list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Gra, Samara, and even Ilmarar.
Oof. There's a lot of mixed social construct, social history been mixed into this game.
There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone.
Okay, what's this? Take to real. This is the I think the most money we have gotten.
You see
yet.
A terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smelt. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy.
Okay, let's make a quick tour here.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying.
What are you doing? Wait, really? Should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
A hollow Your toe hurts. Something breaks loose.
Success? I'm quite surprised.
Echo throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
Here?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There is a safety ready on the second floor. I'll open it.
Thank you.
hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Mm-hmm.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still beautiful thing. It means there are firearms or baiting overload still lying around in Martinez. It seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period.
A few bricks have fallen off.
There's so much thing to find here. Items. Rifle. This nowhere, nothing. Huh? Okay. Before we go up, let's go down.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but
Oh, come on!
an old call box. East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. An off-key melody starts playing up.
Kudos! Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't...
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Good.
What an ominous name for all you hear is static, but no one answers.
Good.
You ring the doorbell, but nothing happened. You wait for a minute or two, but all you looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a light. You hear static from the intercom speaker. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Election. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to live here,
A spot of static overrides her words. When she...
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally again.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident. Silence. No one answers. Nothing happens after you ring. Silence. This button looks new.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Maybe there's something that we don't explore fully yet, like this decor. This is good money. I don't think I go in there yet. No, I haven't. This is quite a big area.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my millions. So what kind of dye are you looking?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes? Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shell. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some not especially. I like working with...
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Nothing really.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex. And then there's me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real? Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in... Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They were...
A bit of experimenting every now and then. It's not about the haircut, it's about the confidence.
I've never let anyone androgynous touch my hair. I'm a simple man.
Me neither. I just wanted off my face.
Okay, what happened to the
It
gym?
wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemidep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. Kuno? Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamine.
It's not
No.
full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair what turns out. The business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
Right?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get...
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that. As if it...
Don't worry, the ACP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
This wasn't the drugs. Symbol.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
Thank you.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up.
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Timotiri or Hashkor or wherever he is.
Hashkor, wow.
The usual, I imagine. But he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Lieutenant Kimchi is afraid of you.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now.
They were just props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait. Forget it. It would take too long.
Good choice.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
What?
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and glitter-like boyfriends loitering near the ice creams, and they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravenshaw Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. You did what? Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the bear is costing them money.
Yes, I helped them.
Taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherium.
Sounds cool.
Megatherium, I need to know.
A mega wild beast.
Okay.
Oh, I totally understand. Anything else? Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Doom commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. And not my advice. Don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, choreography, trick track, especially pinball.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Pinball is the worst.
Because it's so dependent on luck. Pinball machine.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some...
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing... Whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work, but sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Oops. So we have gone here, we have gone here. You definitely have got here. There's nothing here. Nothing here. Let's put a report on it.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she...
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tip. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm.
A third order presence, yes. I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in public. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. May the Lord be with you.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you. Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
So, authority, right? Let's try.
Yes?
Here, right? So I think this, I think we... So guys, I think that's it for today. I think we have played for an hour or so. So until we meet again in the next episode of Disco Elysium, goodbye.